A U.S. armada is moving into the Gulf, but the White House is sending mixed signals. President Trump is talking warships, leverage, and pressure, while quietly signaling he doesn't actually want a war with Iran. Behind the scenes, allies are pushing, enemies are watching, and talks are about to begin. This is gunboat diplomacy, with the guns loaded, but the trigger still untouched. President Trump is sending a message to Tehran, but it's a deliberately confusing one. U.S. warships, aircraft, and military assets are flooding into the Gulf, creating what officials call a credible threat. At the same time, Trump says he's open to talks and may not want war at all. According to a report by Axios, a senior U.S. official says the president does not currently believe Iran's nuclear activity poses an imminent threat. That's a sharp shift from earlier moments in his presidency, when similar standoffs ended in direct military strikes. This is Trump's third attempt to strike a nuclear deal with Iran since returning to office. Officials insist the effort is real, but history looms large. The last round of talks collapsed into war after Trump quietly approved Israeli strikes and then ordered U.S. attacks on Iranian nuclear sites. Now, Trump heads into new talks with significant leverage. A massive U.S. military buildup is already in place. Iran's leadership is weakened by internal unrest and growing isolation. But American officials privately doubt Iran's supreme leader is willing to meet Trump's demands. Behind the scenes, skepticism runs deep inside the West Wing. Some advisors question whether U.S. bombs could actually bring political change, while others warn Iran's retaliation could ignite the entire region. At the same time, the report said Israel is pushing hard. Israeli military leaders and intelligence officials have been shuttling to Washington, laying out offensive and defensive plans for a possible war. U.S. officials say the pressure for strikes is coming far more from Israel than from Trump himself. Diplomats from Turkey, Qatar, Egypt, and others have stepped in, racing to defuse the crisis. Their efforts helped produce the upcoming meeting in Istanbul, where Iran insists only nuclear issues, not missiles or regional power, will be discussed. Publicly, Trump keeps talking about big boats in the region. Privately, aides say he really does not want to do it, but they also warn the diplomatic window may be short.
Iran. Pause. While I was just explaining in the context of what I mentioned earlier in diplomatic processes require integrity and seriousness, never accepting anything less. Or perhaps there was no specific deadline ever established. Therefore, such a claim cannot possibly be confirmed.
A single word from Tehran has thrown Washington's pressure campaign into doubt. Iran says it never received the ultimatum Donald Trump claims he issued, even as U.S. warships surge into the Middle East. Diplomacy is being denied, military signals are multiplying, and the clock is suddenly louder than the rhetoric. Iran has flatly rejected Donald Trump's claim that the United States issued a deadline for nuclear negotiations. Speaking in Tehran, Iran's foreign ministry said no ultimatum was received and none would be accepted. The language was measured, but the message was unmistakable. Iran will not negotiate under threat. Foreign Ministry spokesman Ismail Baghai said Iran engages diplomatically with honesty and seriousness, but never under coercion. He added that such statements from Washington cannot be confirmed. In diplomatic language, that is a direct rejection. At the same time, Tehran escalated on another front. Iranian authorities summoned all European Union ambassadors to protest the bloc's move to label the Revolutionary Guard a terrorist organization.
We are currently in the decision-making phase, and we sincerely hope that none of the media speculation circulating can be confirmed. As to where, in what specific form, or with the involvement of which parties, because at this very stage we are still in the process of making decisions. Iran. Pause. While I was just explaining in the context of what I mentioned earlier in diplomatic processes require integrity and seriousness, never accepting anything less. Or perhaps there was no specific deadline ever established. Therefore, such a claim cannot possibly be confirmed.
No changes to the planned military exercises.
No incident has occurred involving the armed forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran. The naval exercise of the Army of the Islamic Republic of Iran with China and Russia is an annual exercise which I believe has been held 6 or 7 times so far in the northern Indian Ocean, and it will be conducted as scheduled. Throughout yesterday and today, all European countries, specifically the member states of the European Union that maintain their embassies in Tehran, have been summoned to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The strong protest of the Islamic Republic of Iran has been formally conveyed in writing to their representatives. But as I mentioned, this is merely a minimal measure.
Trump, however, tells a different story. The U.S. president says he warned Iran to come to the table or face military consequences. He has not detailed the deadline nor explained how it was delivered. Tehran says no letter, no call, no formal message ever arrived. The United States has moved the USS Abraham Lincoln Strike Group into the Middle East, along with several guided missile destroyers. These are not symbolic deployments. They are forward-positioned assets designed for rapid action. Still, the White House has stopped short of confirming whether force will be used. Officials say all options remain on the table. Regional powers, meanwhile, are scrambling diplomatically, trying to prevent a confrontation that could engulf the wider Middle East.